Welcome back to my favourite wrestling series on this channel. Of course, it's Impact Wrestling 1988. Of course, this is not my favourite one now because we have TNA as well in 1987 coming out. 1985, sorry. We've got Let the War Begin. So actually, I now have all favourites. Let's have a look and see. We're on episode 8, coming up to around about, just over. We've been in the business for just over a year, but yeah. In a pre-show decent wrestling with Emma Cheat, Acid Burn, defeat Al Snow in 732, and Shane Dawes defeat Al Snow by pin of the pile driver. Al Snow 49, Tassia Kawada 64, Shane Douglas 55. No work premises to a great chemistry teaming. So to see now, Juice von der Liger is on the sidelines. This is a Hard Justice poster of because the next pay-per-view is Hard Justice with Jeff Jarrett in it. I don't know. Yeah, there you go. We have got Jeff Jarrett on the roster, so I thought it worked. But anyway, let's not explain why Jeff Jarrett's everywhere. It's just the best thing I could find for where we are. In a piece about decent wrestling, with the Nasty Boys defeat Steiner Brothers in 8:18 when Jay Sags defeated Rick Steiner by pin of the double arm DDT. Scott Steiner 60, Rick Steiner 50, Jay Sags 42, Brian Knowles 50, 58 C minus. In a pre-show about decent wrestling, with Al Phantasma, Norman Smiley, Roy Brookside defeat Archangel, Eddie Guerrero, and Dr. Wagner in 8:27 when Al Phantasma defeated Dr. Wagner by pinfall, 54 C minus. Brookside 44, Smiley 38, Al Phantasma 53, Wagner 53, Eddie Guerrero 56, Archangel 45 in his improved performance. 3,824 at the Minot Hall tonight, not bad. In a piece of bad, decent wrestling, with Cheat, John Tent defeat Black Warrior in 8:03 by pin for the Earthquake Splash. John Tent makes defense number 4 of his Impact Intercontinental. Black Warrior 52, John Tent 42, John Tent in technical and Black Warrior in performance of 53 C minus. In a piece of bad, decent wrestling, but Dynamo Cheat, Conan, Dave Finley, Danny Collins defeat Taz, Sanjay Takanara, and Rikai Kushi in 8:07 when Danny Collins defeats Sanjay Takanara by pinfall. Rikai Kushi 63, Sanjay Takanara 41, Taz 42, Danny Collins 51, Dave Finley 51, and Conan 49. Conan in technical and performance of 57 C minus. In a piece of bad, decent wrestling, but the Little Heat, Sid Vicious, Tornado, and Balls Mahoney defeat Kenny Kobashi, Al Panthera, and Chris Benoit in 8:09 when Sid Vicious defeat Chris Benoit by pin with the powerbomb. Benoit 61, Al Panthera 45, Kenta Kobashi 60, Balls Mahoney 26, Tornado 42, Vicious 34, no work friends 53 C minus. And we open up the night with Jim Cornette and Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, 73 B minus. And Jim Cornette goes, so Mr. T has been fired after causing too many problems in the back. Every week he's causing a fight with someone, so sacked him. Now, many of you have noticed that the House of Cornette hold every title. So this is not only Impact Wrestling, this is the House of Cornette, and welcome. Now onto your Impact World Champion, Shawn Michaels. And he goes, the Heartbreak Kid is once again the World Champion. The first ever 2-time champion in Impact Wrestling. Now tonight, on the House of Cornette, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to stick to the rematch rule, but not a Hard Justice. Oh, shut up. Because the fans boo him. I'm talking. Lockdown, Bret Hart can have his match. And then Bret's music hits. You know, that real famous music. And he goes, oh, no. I have a better plan. You give me my rematch at Hard Justice. Then a lockdown, let's put a roof on the cage. Hand weapons off it. So let's have a lethal lockdown. House of Cornette versus Team Bret. And Shawn goes, fine. I like it, Bret. But Hard Justice is going to be a false count anyway. And if you lose a lockdown, we split if you lose at lockdown, and if we lose at lockdown, we split. House of Cornette gone. And if you lose, as long as I'm champion, you don't get a shot. And Bret just goes, you on. Now, I cannot, at the moment, book a House of Cornette with lockdown match. I just need to look into that. But your main event of Hard Justice, once again, will be the two guys that blew the fridge out of the water live on pay-per-view, when it will be Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart. So yeah, Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart will be live on pay-per-view. Save. Auto. There you go. So that's going to be live on pay-per-view. Jim Cornette enjoyed having Freedom to go off script. Shawn Michaels has been there as well. And there we go. 73 B minus. Cannot complain. Awesome. In a decent match, the Superflies defeated the Killer Bees in 8:28 when Jimmy Ocean defeated Blind Bear by pin of the pile driver. Jimmy Ocean 35, Ricky Knight 35, Jim Burnsill 60, Blind Bear 55. No worker improvements. 54 C minus. Not a bad match. In a decent match, Vader defeated Steve Blackman in 7:47 by pin of the powerbomb. Steve Blackman 43, Vader 55, Vader in Techno 55 C-. And then Tony Schiavone jumps in the ring and has an interview with him and he goes, "That stupid clown beat me by a quick roll-up. Now, Doink, in 4 weeks' time, we're going at it one more time, and this time, I'm going to do what I did to Steve Blackman and destroy you." And then without warning, a load of cream pies fall from the sky onto Vader. He throws Tony out the way and storms to the back. I like comedy in my wrestling, but it has to be the right sort of comedy, and I think the Doink the Clown and Vader storyline is the right sort of comedy. You've got it's good fun. And if anyone is interested in who's portraying Doink the Clown in this company, I'll let you know. It is Matt Bourne. Just so everybody knows, it is Matt Bourne I have hired to play Doink the Clown. So yeah, that's where that's going for. 50D plus. Tony Schiavone looks very happy with himself. In about a decent wrestling cheat, Kyle Karma defeat Tiger Mask in 9:21 by pinfall the top rope splash. Kyle Karma makes defense number 4 of his Impact TV title. Tiger Mask 60, Kyle Karma 33. Kyle Karma improving in performance, 55 C-. Then LA Parker's in the back and he goes, "Now, look at me. Mr. Arnanson said I would not beat him, and I went out there and I beat him. You see, I got signed to Impact. Fans did not know who I was. I made my name in Impact. I've made a home here. And now wants a rematch? Let me know. I would love to go again." 45D from LA Parker, not bad. Oh, 57 C-. Ted DiBiase's up next. "You want to make your name around here? Join the House of Cornet or beat me. Scott Hall, you cannot do either. Because Sunday night I beat you, I pinned you 1, 2, 3. Now, you want another chance? You go. You go, but you're going down all over again." You got it, he's meant to say, actually. So yeah, Ted DiBiase versus Scott Hall once again on pay-per-view. I really am enjoying this company because the storylines are very easy for me to keep going. The TV shows take a while to book, writing the promo and stuff, but it's like it runs, it flows. In a decent match, the House of Cornet, the Demon, Damien 666, Rocco and Brian Pillman defeat Blue Demon Jr., Sabu and the Young Stallions in 8:10, when Brian Pillman defeats Sabu by pinning the flying corkscrew crossbody. I know that Sabu. Jim Cornette did good work at ringside. Brian Pillman 80, Rocco 52, Damien 666 50, the Demon 52, Sabu 55, Jim Powers 45, Paul Ramone 50, and Blue Demon Jr. 48. Blue Demon Jr. improving in performance. So I can confirm now that it will be Brian Pillman and Shawn Michaels, and I think it's going to be the Demon and one of the other champions like John Tent or something in the Lethal Lockdown match. About that, good wrestling and a decent match from the crowd. Arnanson defeated Doink the Clown in 8:22 by pinfall following interference from Vader. Doink the Clown 45, Arnanson 72, Doink improving in technical 69 C+. Shelby Banner goes, "You want to cheat to win? You pissed me off. Now, just as I'm going to get what I want, it's going to be a 20-minute Iron Man match. See you soon, Jerry." Ooh, 20-minute Iron Man match. I can't remember what the other company is where the guy can't challenge for the title anymore, but it's one of the other companies I've got going on. I'll have to find out when I get to it. I always check what's been going on and in my notes. Iron Man. Now, I can't for the life of me see a 20-minute one, even though I know there is one. So we're going to create a match. I'm going to drop this down to minimum match time to 20 minutes. And then I'm going to change this to a 20-minute Iron Man match, because you don't want a too long Iron Man match. But yeah, 20 minutes will do me fine. 20 minutes. Pinfall time, count, disqualification time. Yep, only ends by time limit or pinfall. Save. There we go, and then we just need to click. I don't know who would. Oh, there's probably already one in here. No, my looks, I ain't done that before by the looks of it. That explains a lot. Thank you. And now let's go down and see if there is. There's a 15, there's two 30s, there's two 60s. Okay, there's only 120 there. So yeah, 20-minute Iron Man match between Truly Blanchard and Jerry the King Lawler. Of course, he's just Jerry Lawler at the moment. He hasn't won anything to be king. And then when I gave him the title of Jerry the King Lawler in TNA series, as you would have seen, he quit on us. It's only 3B-. We have got picked up by ESPN, which is good. In about great wrestling and good heat, Scott Hall, the Great Man in LA Park, defeated Masahiro Chono, Ted DiBiase and Jerry Lawler. In 823, when Scott Hall defeated Ted DiBiase by pinning the Razor's Edge. Jerry Lawler 78, Ted DiBiase 74, Masahiro Chono 77, Eddie Park 45, and Muta 62, and Scott Hall 71. Muta in Rumpel was 62C. And then Paul Bearer's in the back, they're like in their thing, and he goes, "Oh yes, my Undertaker beat you, Davey boy. I told you picked on the wrong man to piss off. Davey boy, you were going down. This war for this war with the underworld you have begun is far from over. And my new child of darkness will join us soon. Oh, yes." Now, at Hard Justice, The Undertaker will be in action one-on-one with Davey Boy. I was meant to put this after the main event, but I will. So there will be a rematch at Hard Justice. Now, who the other man of darkness is, I'm not going to reveal too much. Many people probably already would know because I have revealed a little bit. But in a decent match, the Rock and Roll Express defeated the winning combination on 805, and Robert Gibson defeated Jeff Jarrett by pinning with a double dropkick. Bob Holly 57, Jeff Jarrett 56, Robert Gibson 56, and Ricky Morton 59. Ricky Morton in Technical 61C. Not bad. In a battle, great heat and good wrestling, Sergeant Slaughter and Truly Blanchard defeated Jim Nadine and Lex Luger in 747 when Truly Blanchard defeated Lex Luger both with a slingshot suplex. Truly Blanchard 61, Slaughter 60, Lex Luger 61, Jim Nadine 62. Truly in performance, Sergeant Slaughter and Truly Blanchard don't work well as a team. Right, fine. So in the battle goes Pillman. The only reason he beat me was because of Jim Cornette at ringside. Without him, you would not have been able to beat me. You would have lost. Hard Justice, I'm taking down the House of Cornette with you, with one man at a time, starting with Pillman. Don't know why I didn't finish. Oh yeah, I was talking to my fiance on FaceTime and I forgot to finish it off. But Brian Pillman versus Sting, the rematch, will be happening live at Thingamee, so you can already guess who. You'll know everybody who's in the Leaf Lockdown by next week, so I'll book it. In a battle of great wrestling and decent match card, Sting defeated Owen Hart in 7:45 by pinfall following botched interference from Pillman. Owen Hart 73, Sting 65, no work component 73B-. And then our main event of the night is British Bulldog and Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker in a tag team action. Let's go to the main event. In a battle of great wrestling and good heat, Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker defeat Dave Boy Smith and Bret Hart in 2009 when The Undertaker defeated Bret Hart by pinfall of the Tombstone. Bret Hart 72, Dave Boy 58, Undertaker 54, Shawn Michaels 75, The Undertaker in performance and Dave Boy in performance. That's where we end tonight's edition of the show. 70C+, increases our popularity in 23 regions. I'll see you live next week for another edition of Impact Wrestling. Or, as Jim Cornette would want me to call it, the House of Cornette. No pre-show or post-show tonight. Certain wrestlers have not been used for the reasons that we are now cult-sized, and I'm signing everybody to written deals because I'm having to fight off other wrestling companies. So yeah, I don't know what the hell that was about. Still recording, so yeah, that's what's going on at the moment. So we've just got a basic, standard wrestling show. Hopefully does well, probably won't. 73B- in front of 3,653 people at the Walter Brown Arena. And Bret Hart comes down and he goes, "So your fans have grown this company. So your fans have grown this company." That was meant to be taken out. Now, the House of Cornette wants to destroy everything we've done in a year of this company. It's not only the fact they hold all the titles, they want to change the name of the company now. They're saying the titles of the House of Cornette now. Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, whatever you call him, he's destroying what Jesse's has built up, and starting next week, we're taking Impact all over the United States, and it starts in New York. And Shawn comes down and he goes, "Look at you. Does anybody care? We've all got one goal in mind. Prove the Hogan years are over. Prove the WWF is behind the times. You see, this company has brought the best wrestlers in, and they're all in the House of Cornette. You see, there's fans at Burroughs, but there is twice as many standing with us. Look at these signs, look at the shirts. You see, Brett, your title, which is mine. I head for greener pastures, but that was a bad call. When I wanted to come back, you took my spot. You stole what I was doing, so I took you down. And with that, I got your title." Then they're both basically, I ran out of typing space, but I know what I was going to say. And then they both basically just drop the mics, and there's a massive brawl. Security get involved, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, basically, continuing the feud. In a decent match, the Nightmare Lords defeat Young Stallions 7:35, and Damien 666 defeat Jim Powers by pinning with the Powerbomb. Nightmare Lords make defense of number 11 of their Impact World Tag Team titles, Impact World Tag Team titles, 56C-. Jim Powers 48, Paul Ramone 50, Taroko 53, Damien 666 49, Jim Cornette did good work inside, and we've got a broken ribs. Ooh dear. Let's hope he's going to wrestle through that, because I ain't taking the tag titles off him. In a takeover match, Carl Carmer defeated LA Parker in 7:45 by pin with the top rope splash. Following interference from Alan Anderson, Carl Carmer makes defense number 5 of his Impact TV title. LA Parker 42, Carl Carmer 33, no work opponents 44D. And then Jim Cornette's in the back, and for some reason it's not Jim Cornette, it's Jim Burnsill. Whatever. It's Jim Cornette, ignore that. What you're looking at is the best wrestlers on the House Cornette roster. Now, live in 2 weeks, Sting, Blue Demon, and the Killer Bees want to face my guys all over again. Sure, you'll get your match, and once again, Hard Justice, they'll lose. Because the House Cornette is not just a house, we are family. Ooh, Hard Justice. So yeah, some of the matches, we've already got some of them booked, but it will be the Killer Bees in action, and they will be taking on the Nightmare Lords in a rematch for those tag team gold, as Jim Burnsill, who for some reason has appeared in the angle twice in that sense. I don't know what's going on with the angle. Let's ignore the angle booking. Blue Demon Jr., another one of our Mexican guys taking on the Demon. The Demon for the Impact X Division title. I know that the titles are the same, but TNA and Impact Wrestling are the same company. La-di-da-di-da. Let's just get over the fact we're using, two companies. But I like TNA, I like Impact. They're the company that got me into wrestling. Boo, 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 boo. And then we've got Sting vs. Pillman. Awesome, 54 C-. Let's go. In a bad subpar wrestling on Innocent Crowd Heat, Taz defeated Sid Vicious by pinfall with a T-bone suplex. These two have great chemistry in their performance. Sid Vicious 33, Taz 44. No work improvements. Well, if they have good chemistry, then let's get them booked in for a match. A rematch live on pay-per-view, as Taz will take on Sid Vicious. It's only live on pay-per-view in Canada and USA, because the Brits get it for free, because there's no pay-per-view in there. 77B from Sergeant Slaughter, nice. Now I understand Masahiro Chono 2 weeks ago live. Now I underestimated Masahiro Chono 2 weeks ago live. I went out there to win, but instead I lost. Now in 3 weeks I get my rematch. This time I won't let it happen. I know what his weaknesses are, and I'll turn them and I'll use them in 2 weeks. I stand for the USA, and I'm going to win for the USA. So once again, another match tonight. I'm trying to get all the matches done within the 2 week period. Masahiro Chono will be facing Sergeant Slaughter. On paper, another good match. Let's see if they win. 77B. Nice. In a bad, decent wrestling military, House Cornette, Brian Pillman, the Demon, Shawn Michaels and John Tent defeated Great Muta, Sting, Scott Hall and Dave Boy in 7:46 when Brian Pillman defeated Great Muta by pinfall with a flying corkscrew crossbody. Dave Boy 64, Scott Hall 72, Sting 60, Great Muta 65, John Tent 49, Shawn Michaels 77, The Demon 49, Brian Pillman 66. The Demon in performance, John Tent in Techno and the Great Muta in Rumble 73B-. Can't complain. The Great Muta debuted in a power spot, showcased his ability to sell wise psychology to be able to use his go-to spot in the future. Nice. Then Dave Boy gets the mic and he sits in the ring and he goes, "Now my battle with the underworld is far from over. I did not pick the Undertaker for an easy fight, I picked him for a challenge. Now in 3 weeks I get to do it all over again. Last week the Undertaker beat Bret Hart and proved he's a force to be reckoned with. But who is the Child of Darkness, and when is he coming?" Questions will all be answered in due course, my friends. In a bad, decent wrestling below, the Killer Bees defeated Acid Burn in 8:14 when Brian Bair defeated Tetsuya Kawada by pin on the Bee Stinger. Tetsuya Kawada carried the match, that's fine. Tetsuya Kawada 65, Shane Douglas 54, Jim Burnsill 56, Brian Bair 51. Shane Douglas in performance at 63C. In a bad, great wrestling and good heat, Trailer Banch defeated Lex Luger in 7:51 by pin for the slingshot suplex following box interference by Jerry Lawler. Trailer Banch at 75, Lex Luger 68, Trailer Banch in performance at 77B. And Endurance goes, "Well, Vader, don't seem to understand the fun I am having. When I go out there and I see the smiles on the kids' faces, and before he can finish whatever the hell he's going to say, Vader runs onto the set and beats Doink the Clown down. And he goes, it's going to be a lot worse in 3 weeks, and he just walks off. 43D. In about a decent wrestling with a Majid, Ted DiBiase, Jim Nadine, Arnold Anderson defeated Black Warrior, Doink the Clown, and Rikai Kushi in 8:29 when Anderson defeated Rikai Kushi by pinfall. Arn 74, Jim 61, Ted DiBiase 74, Rikai Kushi 63, Doink the Clown 46, and Black Warrior 51. Arn in Techno, Rikai Kushi in Techno, and Black Warrior improving performance 70C+. And Scott's in the back, and he goes, 2 years ago, I took my eyes off the ball. Now, 3 years is going to be the rematch of a lifetime. And I'm Ted. I'm going to win. In the bad subpar wrestling little heat, the Steiner brothers defeated the Superflies in 754, when Rick Steiner defeated Jimmy Ocean by pinning with the Steiner device. Jimmy Ocean 39, Rick Steiner 40, Scott Steiner 59, Rick Steiner 47. Rick Steiner performance of 53C-. In a bad great wrestling and good heat, Sergeant Slaughter defeated Jerry Lawler in 747 by pinfall. Sergeant Slaughter 68, Jerry Lawler 85. No work appearance. Looks like these two are going to be feuding after this. 73B-. Video plays I've not your main event tonight as Masahiro Chono takes on Bret Hart. In a bad great wrestling and good heat, Bret Hart defeated Masahiro Chono in 1938 by submission sharpshooter. Masahiro Chono 72, Bret Hart 70. No work appearance 78B. And then after the match, Bret Hart celebrates victory in the ring. Shawn Michaels runs in and hits the Sweet Chin music on him. 753C-. 76B-. Another great show. Still increases our popularity in 23 regions. My friends, I'll see you live next week. But it's going to be a lot quicker. It's going to be in I think it's going to be Friday, week 2 of August, 1998. So this is probably going to be on Monday night. We'll see you live very soon. Thanks for watching. We are live from the Hammerstein Ballroom, sold out tonight for the 3,500 people. And let's get on with the show. In a pre-show about decent wrestling, below heat, Danny Boy Collins, Dave Finley, and Dr. Wagner defeated Taz, Al Phantasma, and Al Panther in 8:20 when Danny Collins defeated Al Phantasma by pinfall. Al Panther 44, Al Phantasma 50, Taz 42, Dr. Wagner 53, Dave Finley 50, and Danny Collins 40, Al Phantasma in Rumble 52D+. In a pre-show about decent wrestling, but doing have a treat, Young Stallions and the Killer Bees defeated the Superflies in winning combination in 8:16 when Paul Ramone defeated Jeff Jarrett by pin with a flying elbow drop. Jim Burnsall 54, Brian Blair 52, Jim Powers 46, Paul Ramone 51, Bob Holly 50, Jeff Jarrett 52, Jimmy Ocean 37, Ricky Knight 38. Jeff Jarrett and Ricky Knight both improving in performance. In a pre-show about decent wrestling, but little heat, Tiger Mask defeated Archangel in 8:22 by pin for the Tiger Driver. Archangel 43, Tiger Mask 59, no work appearance 57C-. In a pre-show about decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat, the Great Muta, Norman Smiley, Roy Brookside and Sabu defeated Eddie Guerrero, Brian Pillman, Owen Hart and Vader in 8:21 when the Great Muta defeated Eddie Guerrero by pin for the moonsault. In terms of ring work, Brian Pillman was head and shoulders above, so that's fine. Owen Hart seemed off his game. The announced quality in the colour commentary going to match a boost. Brian Pillman came out the match looking good. Sabu 56, Roy Brookside 45, Norman Smiley 37. Muda 62, Vader 57, Owen Hart 68, Pillman 80, Eddie Guerrero 59, Eddie in technical and Owen in performance 71C+. In a feature about decent wrestling but didn't have much heat, little heat. Conan defeated Blue Demon Jr. in 8:01. Blue Demon's 47, Conan 47, 50D+. In a pre-show about decent wrestling, we don't actually Lex Luger, Sid Vicious, and Tornado defeated Steve Blackman, Scott Hall, and Doink the Clown in 7:36 when Tornado defeated Steve Blackman by pinfall. Doink 43, Scott Hall 67, Steve Blackman 44, Tornado 46. Sid Vicious 37, Lex Luger 63, Tornado in technical. That's 59C, can't complain. We're opening up tonight with Jim Ross and Jesse Ventura, very similar to how we opened up pay-per-view, guys. Hello and welcome to our new night, Monday Night Impact. Tonight, Brett and Sean are here, but are being kept in separate sections until tonight's main event, when we'll have a rematch from 3 weeks ago when they team with The Undertaker and Davey Boy Jesse. How do you feel? And Jesse goes, now, I know we could have packed out a bigger venue, but I thought this place was awesome, and last time we did not sell out. We have tonight. Now, got good news. Except for the world title, here on Monday Night Impact, all titles are on the line. Hold on. I just got word Dave Boy is stuck in Japan and Brett has agreed to make the main event a handicap match. Well, there you go. It's going to be Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker versus Bret Hart on his own here tonight. Now, the TV title is up for grabs. It's only 3B- as Kyle Karma makes his entrance. In a bad decent wrestling, below heat, Kyle Karma defeated Kenta Kobashi in 7:59 by pinfall. With a top rope splash, Kyle Karma makes defense number 6 of his Impact TV title. Kenta Kobashi 60, Kyle Karma 34. He's improving in Rumble and flying. 3,500 people at the Hammerstein Ballroom. Sold out, as I said. In a bag, great wrestling and decent match of crowd. Jerry Lawler defeated Sting in 8-10 by pinfall with a pile driver after distraction from Brian Pillman. Sting 66, Jerry Lawler 81, 77B. Jerry celebrating his victory in the ring when Tully Blanchard runs and attacks, beating Lawler down to the mat. In a battle of Pro Wrestling, a little heat, John Tent defeats Sunjo Takanara in 7:49 by pinfall the Earthquake Splash. John Tent makes defense number 5 of his Impact Intercontinental. Sunjo Takanara 41, John Tent 43. John Tent in Techno. 46D, not bad. And then we got Paul Bearer in the back, and he goes, "Oh yes, Davey Boy is scared of the underworld and my Undertaker. He's not stuck in Japan, he won't come back, he's too scared to come home. Oh yes. Now the Kid of Darkness is nearly ready for his debut, and he will come to Impact. Oh yes." 57C minus. And then just basically Arn Anderson going, "I'm going to make this simple. Me versus LA Park, round 2, live, hard justice." And he just walks off. Nice and simple promo from Arn Anderson. I like Arn. Does everything as simply as possible. Arn Anderson. And that will advance a little bit more in a match later on tonight. But LA Parker, as many of you know, is actually Bellow Sexy. I will be changing all this around. I've done it with the Demon, who is the original LA Park. So I need to go into Bellow Sexy and just make sure he's just permanently LA Park now. 69C+. In about decent wrestling, below heat, the Steiner Brothers defeat Acid Burn in 8 of 7. Rick Steiner defeat Tetsuya Kawada by pinfall the Steiner device. Shane Douglas and Tetsuya Kawada had great chemistry and team together. Tetsuya Kawada 59, Shane Douglas 52, Scott Steiner 54, Rick Steiner 47. No work compared to 60C. And the Sting is in the back and he goes, "Once again, it's going to be me and Pillman. Hard justice, I'm going to kick his ass, and then in 6 weeks in Lethal Lockdown, I take out all the House Cornet. It's going to be beautiful." 62C from Stinger. In a bad decent wrestling below heat, the Demon defeated Rikai Kush in 7:44 by pinfall the Sky Twister Press. Following botching interference by Blue Demon, the Demon makes defense number 10 of his Impact Extra Child. Rikai Kush 64, the Demon 47. The Demon Techno and Performance. The Demon Jim Conner Edge Chemistry 65C. In a bad decent wrestling with a match, the Nightmare Lords defeat the Rock and Roll Express at 7:45 when Damien 66 defeat Ricky Morton by pinfall the Powerbomb. They make defense number 12 of their Impact World Tag Team titles. Robert Gibson 56, Ricky Morton 58, Taruko 56, the Damien 666 49, no work opponents 59C. Vader and Doink are backstage, and they have a massive backstage brawl. Then we have Masahiro Chono in as well for the thing. Jim Cornette helped Chono. Is Masahiro Chono a part of the House of Cornette? I did not know that, because I would have changed. I didn't know that Masahiro Chono was a part of the House of Cornette. Let's just go to Lockdown a minute. Obviously he is, and I didn't realise 3 versus 3. I can't do it with this. I'll have a look. Obviously he is, because he's got. And he goes, "You might know my weaknesses, but I know yours. You see, so I beat you at Destination X, and I'm going to do it all over again at Hard Justice. And when I do, I'm going to laugh in your face, because I'm doing this for me and only me." 76B minus, because if he is, I'm going to change the main event of Lethal Lockdown. In a bad good wrestling, a decent wrestling crowd, Jim the Dean out defeat Chili Blanchard in 7:56 by pinfall using on-handed tactics. Chili Blanchard 72, Jim the Dean out 64. Chili Blanchard performance, Jim the Dean Hart is improved in performance, 76B minus. I swear he is a part of the House Cornet, and I just forgot. There's a lot going on in all these series at the moment. In a bad good wrestling, a decent wrestling crowd, LA Park and Simon Sword defeat Arn Anderson and Masahiro Chono, and LA Park defeat Arn Anderson again by pinfall the Sky Twister Press. LA Park is the weakness to Gas performance. Slaughter 70, Park 44, Masahiro Chono 82, Arn Anderson 82. Them two, Arn Anderson and Flying, 73B minus. Jim Cornette is just talking to Shawn Michaels backstage. We don't know what about. He's getting better at his gimmick. In about a decent wrestling minimum cheat, Ted DiBiase defeated Black Warrior in 8:58 by pinfall. Ted DiBiase 76, Black Warrior 52. No work on Brand 72B minus. And then the music video shown to promote Bret Hart 79B. And 80B plus. In the battle of superb wrestling and great heat, Bret Hart defeated Shawn Michaels in Undertaker in 2030 when Bret Hart defeated The Undertaker by submission with a sharpshooter. Bret Hart 84, The Undertaker 60, Shawn Michaels got a 90. No worker improvements. But yeah, the match is over. Bret Hart is celebrating. Shawn Michaels looks angry and jumps in from behind, beats him down. An 80B, my friends, 78B plus. We'll see you guys live once again when is it? Next week on Monday Night Impact. We'll see you guys live for Monday Night Impact next week. The Go Home edition before Hard Justice. Welcome back. So the Go Home edition of Impact Wrestling tonight at the Delmar Activity Centre. 2,200 people. In a bridge bad decent wrestling, but little heat. Conan and Eddie Guerrero defeat the Steiner brothers. In 8:23, and Eddie Guerrero defeated Scott Steiner by pin the Frog Splash. Scott Steiner 57, Rick Steiner 50. Eddie Guerrero 53, Conan 45. Conan improved performance. These three ain't got bad chemistry, so they're going to be tagging. 58 C-minus. Well, literally, that is what's going to happen now, because we've got a heel tag team missing, and we need one. In a bridge bad decent wrestling, but little heat. Taz, Alpan Fan Phantasma, and Blue Demon Jr. defeat Archangel, the Demon, the Undertaker, and Tornado. In 7:47, when Taz defeated Archangel by pin with the Northern Lights suplex. Blue Demon Jr. 43, Al Phantasma 51, Panther 42, Taz 41, Tornado 44, Taker 61, Demon 55, Archangel 42, Demon in performance, Taker in performance, and Archangel in Rumble. 56 C-minus, can't complain. In the future bad subpar wrestling non-existent crowd heat, Sid Vicious defeated Roy Brookside in 7:54 by pin with the Powerbomb. Roy Brookside 42, Vicious 37, and no work moves 44D. In a future bad decent wrestling, Willow Heat, Danny Collins, Dave Finney, Dr. Wagner defeated Steve Blackman, Sabu, and Kenta Kobashi in 7:50 when Dr. Wagner defeated Kenny Kobashi by pin with the Death Valley Driver. Kenny Kobashi 59, Sabu 51, Steve Blackman 43, Dr. Wagner 56, Dave Finney 46, and Danny Collins 46. Steve Blackman in performance 56 C-minus. In a future bad that had decent wrestling, but little heat, John Tent and Rikai Kush defeated Norman Smiley. John Tent defeated Rikai Kush and Norman Smiley in 7:45, and John Tent defeated Norman Smiley by pin with the Earthquake Splash. Norman Smiley 34, Rikai Kush 63, John Tent 40, Vader 59. Norman Smiley and John Tent, Norman Smiley in performance, John Tent in techno 59C. In a piece of bad subpar wrestling non-existent crowd, Sanjay Takanawa defeated Dean Malenko in 7:35 by pin for the double knee drop. Dean Malenko 46, Sanjay Takanawa 40. No work promise. You have got yourself a contract offer coming to you, my friend, so please be prepared for it. 48D. A1B tonight. As Brett comes down the ring, goes 6 nights away. It's Hard Justice. And my rematch with Shawn Michaels, I'm going to get my title back. For Impact Wrestling, House of Cornet is going to be destroyed, and once I get my title back, I'm going to make Impact a global company. JCP are in truly big time, in trouble big time. So if anybody wants to come and join Impact Wrestling, how? Called Why the Water is Hot. And Sean goes, you forget that we are going all over America, bringing this great show to the masses. Now on Sunday night at Hard Justice, your dream of getting this title back is worthless. House of Cornet is going global. We have some awesome stuff going on, and I'm going to win. With this, Sean hits Brett in the face with the mic, and then they split them up, and then you can see that Sean's got a cut above the eye, and he goes, I'm going to kill you, Sean. This blood is nothing compared to Sunday night. A1B. In a decent match, Sting, Sandstorm, the Killer Bees defeat the House Cornet, Masahiro Chono, Damien 66, Trocco, and Brian Pillman. In 8:25, when Sandstorm defeated Trocco by pinfall. Slaughter 67, Jen Burnsall 56, Brian Baer 48, Sting 62, Brian Pillman 64, Trocco 58, Damien 66, 46, and Masahiro Chono 74. In no work improvement 68C+. In about decent wrestling, below heat, Benoit defeats Shane Douglas in 8:22 by submission. Shane Douglas 48, Chris Benoit 59, Douglas improving and flying. We have Dave Boyd in the back, and he goes, my war with the supernatural realm continues this Sunday night. I'm going to beat the Undertaker, and this Kid of Darkness wants to turn up, fine. I'm going to kick his ass too. No, I was not scared. No, I was not scared. Why? Contract obligations in New Japan caused me to go. New Japan at last minute. Caused me to go to Japan at last minute. I'm not scared of you, Undertaker. 50D plus from Dave Boy. 55 C minus. In about decent wrestling, but a little heat. High and Mighty defeated Superflies in 7:39 when Al Snow defeated Jimmy Ocean by a pin for the Snowplow. Jimmy Ocean was beaten in Strughouse and ring performance. Jimmy Ocean 33, Ricky Knight 42, Al Snow 57, Jason Vanderlager 59. Jimmy Ocean improving in performance, 55 C missed -. And then Vader's in the back and he goes, it's time. It's going to be Vader time this Sunday night. When I destroy that stupid clown live at Hard Justice. He saw what I did to him over the last 2 weeks, and it's going to be a lot worse this Sunday night. You will not want to miss this. And then Only Parks debate goes, last week I beat you once again in our tag match, and this coming Sunday night I'm going to have to face him. He seems very pissed off, and he's not going to be happy after last week. But once again, I will kick his ass. 44D. And the Bav had decent wrestling, but little heat. Kyle Karma defeated the Great Muda in 9:19 by pin of the top rope splash. He makes defense number 7 of the Impact TV title. Great Muda 62, Kyle Karma 36, no work appearance 58C minus. And the Bav had decent wrestling, but actually Scott Hall defeated Owen Hart in 8:16 by pin of the Razor's Edge. Owen Hart 57, Scott Hall 59, Owen Hart in performance of 62C. And then Ted DiBiase comes out on the stage and he goes, well done for your win tonight, Scott. Enjoy it, because this Sunday night I'm going to kick your ass. You see, Jim Crockett Promotions seem to be in trouble, and if that goes down, we're going to be the second largest company in the USA. And then only one thing to remove Vince and the WWF, and I'm going to do it. When I take you down and prove to Jesse I should be the main event, not you, or Brett, or Sean. 59C. Nicely done. In about good wrestling and decent as a crowd, Arnson, Jerry Lawler, Jimmy Dean, and Shawn Michaels defeat David Boy, Doink McClown, Elliot Park, and Tiger Mask. In 7:45, and Shawn Michaels defeat Tiger Mask by pin on the Sweet Chin Music. Shawn Michaels 90, Jimmy Dean 70, Jerry Lawler 81, Arnson 71, Tiger Mask 61, Elliot Park 44, Doink McClown 52, David Boy 64. No work with 73B minus, not bad. This Sunday night, I'm going to find a 20-minute Iron Man match. The person with the most falls wins. Now it's going to be a long one, but I'm going to win. I'm going to win. I'm going to get the most falls, and it's going to be awesome. Into the Miz. In about that decent wrestling, but then retreat the Young Stallions defeat the Nasty Boys in 8:24, and Jim Powers defeat Brian Knobbs by pin with the double drop kick. Jim Powers 49, Paul Ramone 50, Jerry Saggs 45, Brian Knobbs 42. Paul Ramone in Technical, Jim Powers in Rumble of 51D+. In about good wrestling and decent action, the crowd, Truly Blanchard defeated Lex Luger in 8:26 by pin for the slingshot suplex. Lex Luger 65, Truly Blanchard 72. Truly Blanchard improving the performance, 76B minus. We have a video hyping up the pay-per-view this coming Sunday night as Shawn Michaels will take on Bret the Hitman Hart. And then we have a match in about that decent wrestling, but little heat. Tetsuya Kawada and the winning combination defeat Black Warrior in the Rock and Roll Express in 8:23 when Tetsuya Kawada defeated Black Warrior by pin with a backdrop driver. Gibson 55, Morton 58, Black Warrior 56, Tetsuya Kawada 60, Bob Holly 44, Jeff Jarrett 50. Black Warrior improving the performance of 61C. I cannot complain. And then I forgot to do the hype for the main event match. Oops. In about that superb wrestling and great heat, Bret Hart defeated Ted DiBiase by submission of Sharpshooter. Ted DiBiase 76, Bret Hart 84, Ted DiBiase in Rumble 73B minus. After the match, Bret Hart remains victorious and Shawn Michaels runs in, attacks, beating Bret Hart down into the mat. We end the show there. We're 73B minus. I think we should have got better than that, really. Only going to complain, 73B minus. And we'll see you guys on Sunday night for another bit of Hard Justice. Welcome to Hard Justice. We're sold out, 10,000 people, the biggest crowd in Impact Wrestling history tonight at the Baltimore Civic Center. Here we go. Tonight, for the second time, Impact is giving out some hard justice. Tonight, will the House of Cornet stay on top, or will they fall? Once in one company's history, things go right, and tonight they do. As we come to you live, in front of the biggest crowd in Impact Wrestling, this is Hard Justice, and it's live. So we cut to the arena, fireworks go off, and then we see Jim and Jesse at ringside, and Jim goes, welcome wrestling fans, and welcome to Impact Wrestling Hard Justice. Tonight all the titles are for grab, and can we get some from the House of Cornet? And just goes, not only that, this place is packed. The largest crowd in Impact history, this is a lot more than 100 fans we got for show one. 10,000 and 10,000 tonight. Over to you, Tony. So you pass it over to Tony, who announces the first match. And in the battle of Subpar Wrestling in Little Heat, Sid Vicious defeated Taz in 8:03 by pin of the Powerbomb. Sid Vicious 38, Taz 46. Sid Vicious in performance 47D. The original Rey Mysterio turns up. In a battle of Subpar Wrestling non-existent crowd, John Tent defeated Rey Mysterio in 15:08 by pin for the Earthquake Splash. John Tent makes defense number 6 of his Impact Intercontinental. Rey Mysterio 44, John Tent 38. John Tent in techno old school face gimmick, finished really good. So that is Rey Mysterio's uncle, dad, whatever. But that is the original Rey Mysterio. I think it's his dad, if I remember rightly from the stories. In about that decent wrestling, but little heat, Roy Brookside, Norman Smiley, Al Phantasma, and Chris Benoit defeated Danny Collins, Dave Taylor, and Dr. Wagner and Tornado in 8:24. When Benoit defeated Dr. Wagner by submission. In terms of ring work, Chris Benoit's head and shoulder burnouts. Benoit 64, Al Phantasma 52, Norman Smiley 40, Roy Brookside 45, Tornado 44, Dr. Wagner 54, Dave Finley 50, Danny Collins 52, No Work Improvements 59C. Just going to have a quick look at something, because we are on, this is episode what? So Impact Wrestling 1987, we're on episode 8 of this, and we're on, Jesus, we're doing quite well, because we got 11 of them, but that's going to be, we've now got 13 of them, we've got 8 of them and 8 of them, and we've got 16 weeklies, jeez. And by the way, and one of, as you can see here, yeah, so I need to, this will get edited, but you can see here, episode 12, episode 1, so that's doing quite well. Then in about that, so anyway, let's get back to what we're doing. Bam Bam Bigelow debuts. And in about that decent wrestling below heat, Bam Bam Bigelow defeated Tiger Mask in 8:12 by pinfall the powerbomb. Tiger Mask again better his gimmick. Bam Bam Bigelow debuted his monster gimmick above average. Tiger Mask of these two don't work. Mask 50, Tiger Mask 58, Bam Bam Bigelow 50, No Work Move 61C, can't complain. In about that decent wrestling but non-resistant crowd heat, Steve Blackman defeated Dean Malenko in 7:52 by pinfall the thrust kick. Dean Malenko 52, Steve Blackman 41, dealing Malenko in performance of 53C-. In about that subpar wrestling and little heat, Carl Karma defeated Shunjo Takanara in 15:03 by pinfall the top rope splash. Carl Karma is transforming his Impact TV title. Shunjo Takanara and Carl Karma had pretty good chemistry and lifted the match. Shunjo Takanara 41, Carl Karma 37, No Work Moves 42D. In about that decent wrestling, but little heat reading combination defeated the Steiner brothers in 9:31 when Jeff Jarrett defeated Rick Steiner by pinfall. Jeff and Bob Holly showed their Scrubs team together. Scott Steiner 61, Rick Steiner 53, Bob Holly 56, Jeff Jarrett 57, Rick Steiner and flying 62C. Bob Holly's gimmick is getting a bit stale, so we'll see if we can tweak it. 62C, can't complain. In about that decent wrestling, but on cheat, Lex Luger and Jim the Dean Hart defeat Al Panther and Sabu. In 10:04, Lex Luger defeated Sabu by pinfall the flying forearm. Jim the Dean Hart 68, Lex Luger 65, Sabu 52, Al Panther 44. Al Panther in Rumble, Jim the Dean Hart's getting better at his gimmick, 64C. Not bad. In about that decent wrestling, but in Amachi, Acid Burn defeated Young Stallions in 11:21 when Shane Douglas defeated Jim Powers by pinfall the power driver. Tetsuya Kawada carried the match to his ring performance. Tetsuya Kawada 70, Shane Douglas 56, Jim Powers 48, Paul Ramone 51, Paul Ramone in performance 66C+, can't complain with that. In about a decent wrestling below heat, Rikai Kush, Kenny Kobashi, Blackrock and the Great Muller defeated Owen Hart, Eddie Guerrero, Conan and Archangel in 10:10 when Great Muller defeated Conan by pinfall. The Great Muller 55, Black Warrior 50, Kenta Kobashi 53, Rikai Kush 61, Archangel 42, Conan 46, Eddie Guerrero 52 and Owen Hart 65. Kenny Kobashi in flying, Conan in technical, Owen Hart in performance skills. The Great Muller in Rumble with Kai Kush in technical, Black Warrior in Rumble in performance. 62C, can't complain with all those improvements. In about that decent wrestling below heat, the Demon defeated Blue Demon Jr. in 9:39 by pinfall the Sky Twist Press. The Demon makes defense number 11 of his Impact X Division title. Blue Demon Jr. 47. Blue Demon, both of them got 47. Demon improving in performance of 54C-. In an indecent match, Arn Anderson defeated LA Park in 9:44 by pinfall. Arn Anderson 73, LA Parker 45, LA Parker in Rumble 69C+. In about a decent wrestling, but I'm a cheat, the High and Mighty defeated Nasty Boys, Rock and Roll Express and the Superflies in 2025. The elimination of the Superflies, then the Nasty Boys and finally Rock and Roll Express. Juice von der Liger and Al Snow showed us courage team together. Al Snow 61, Juice von der Liger 65, Joey Sags 46, Brian Knobs 50, Robert Gesson 57, Ricky Morton 59, Ocean 40 and Ricky Knight 40. No Work Pro 60C, can't complain. In about a good wrestling and decent match, the crowd, Dave Boy Smith defeated The Undertaker in 12:12 by pinfall the running power slam. Dave Boy's bruised his tailor bone. Dave Boy 70, Undertaker 61, No Work Pro 72B-. Yep, we know that he sustained a bruised tailbone. We saw that with a little bit. In about a great wrestling and decent match, the crowd, Scott Hall defeated Ted DiBiase in 11:37 by pinfall the Razor's Edge, 76B-. Scott Hall 71. Ted DiBiase 76, no work move 76 B minus. In a battle of decent wrestling with a Mochi, the Nightmare Lords defeat the Killer Bees in 1456 when Tarocco defeated Jim Burnsville by pinfall. Nightmare Lords make defense number 13 in the Impact World Tag Team titles. Jim Burnsville 59, Brian Bear 54, Tarocco 57, Damien 666 47, no work moves. All I'm going to say with this is during these matches where you got the House Cornet defending their titles all the time, it looks like these guys are going to win, and Jim Cornette does something to stop it from happening. In a bad decent wrestling with our cheat, Vader defeat Doink the Clown 8-10 by pinfall the Powerbomb. Doink the Clown 45, Vader 62, Vader in Techno 61C. In a good match, Masahiro Chono defeats Sergeant Slaughter in 1444 by pinfall. Sergeant Slaughter 67, Masahiro Chono 70. No work improvements. What is Sergeant Slaughter going to do now? It's only 4B minus. In a bad great wrestling and decent match of the crowd, Sting defeat Brian Pillman in 1459 by pinfall. Sergeant Slaughter, Sting 66, Brian Pillman 80. No work improvements. All I'm going to say is I forgot to mention that it was meant to say that Jim Cornette interfered in that match. 78B, not bad. On to our semi-main tonight. In a bad great wrestling and good heat, Truly Blanchard defeat Jerry Lawler in 20 by 1 fall to nothing. Truly Blanchard 68, Jerry Lawler 82. Truly Blanchard in performance. 77B, can't complain. And then our main event tonight is Bret Hart takes on Shawn Michaels, 81B. In an exceptional match, Shawn Michaels defeated Bret Hart in 24 minutes 44 by pinfall the Sweet Chin Music. He makes defense number 1 of his Impact World title. Bret Hart 86, Shawn Michaels 92, no worker improvements, and 81B. And believe me, this will continue at Bound for Glory because, as many of you know, there is the Golden Battle Royal Rumble, or the Golden, whatever I called it last year, but it'll change names this year. But it's going to happen at its anniversary, so that's going to go out the window. An 81B. I've got plans. I've got everything planned out to Bound for Glory next year. So a 79B in front of 10,000 people. You cannot complain with that, my friends. Now, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart pulled the bag out of the water again. Shawn Michaels, and then I'm going to give it to Jerry Lawler as well. I'm going to praise these guys for their performances this evening because they did really well. And my friends, I'll see you in the next episode when we're on the road to Lockdown. We'll see you for that. Thanks for watching.